Hi Alessandro, you are a speaker at the Affluent Banking Conference in Paris. We've seen that the role of the relationship manager is key. If we look at how to improve his role and how to improve the customer experience during a meeting, it looks like the iPad has a role to play in this. Can you tell us what is your experience and the feedback from your first customers?
Yes, we are convinced that tablets can really change the way in which advice is delivered for a number of reasons. First of all, the tablets are very cooperative. I can share with the client, I can show information to him and still look into his eyes. So there is a personal touch that you have with those tools that you don't have with the classical laptops. The second element, it allows me to be mobile. I can really consult clients at a branch, at their own home, at their office, at an event, at a trade fair, standing, sitting. I can be really very flexible on the social situation that I use for my dialogue with the client. The third element is that tools like this are very interactive. I can really very quickly play different hypotheses, look at the impact of changing those parameters, and really go through with the client different scenarios in a very intuitive and graphically appealing way. One more element, that those tools are really very fast, so you don't have that lag that you have with classical computers, where you always have to wait a bit for a screen to go by. Again, that takes away from the naturalness of the discussion that you have with a client. And then maybe the last point is scenarios like this, you can see the simplicity and how intuitive it is, at the point that if you want the client himself to change some parameters of his financial plan, you can give the tablet to him and he can play with it himself, which psychologically means it's his plan. There's a much higher sense of transparency. If you add to this fact that nowadays, most of the advisors find laptops so intrusive in a personal communication that they end up typically working with paper. They would go with printouts, they can go with reports, they would take notes by pen, which works very well from a social point of view, but it's very inefficient from an information management point of view. The iPad gives you the best of both worlds. It gives you a tool which is flexible, socially acceptable, personal, very collaborative, and it gives you all the power of IT tools of showing things quickly with a high productivity and to play different scenarios with the client, which gives you a lot of flexibility and power when you talk to them.